on test day. All right, do y'all, people at home, y'all have this written down? Classifying, adding, and subtracting, page 28. All right. No one answered, so I'm guessing y'all are good. On my way to talk to myself. Ashley, are y'all good? Shania?
I'm good.
Good. I trust them to talk. I know they'll unmute and talk to me. All right, so page 28. We're going to be classifying, adding, and subtracting. I'm going to abbreviate because I'm running out of room. And then polynomials. So the first thing we got to talk about is what the heck is this polynomial word I keep writing? It does kind of sound like Roman numerals, but it has nothing to do with that. But I'm with you. It kind of sounds like it. It's the way it ends. M-I-A-L. I can't believe we are already on page 28.
Jesus.
Make sure y'all left to page 27 for your vocab. Oh, you already taped her? She's smart. Smart. And later, yes. All right, so let's start off by talking about what a polynomial is. So this is why I said we were going to hold off on them vocab words, because we're going to talk about them right here in our notes. So a polynomial is an expression, which means review from unit 1, because it's literally just an expression. It's a sum or difference of terms. I can't remember if I kept recording. I did. That's good. The polynomial is just an expression. So instead of calling it an expression, I could call it a polynomial, okay? And it's the sum or difference of terms. So this is where we'll get into our other vocab words. There are different types of polynomials. Anybody want to guess what some of the different types are? Yes, he's smart. Say them again. Good. Trinomial, binomial, monomial. Good. So let's talk about those 3 different types. There's actually 4 types. The 4th one isn't up there, but we'll talk about the different types. So the first one we're going to talk about, a monomial. Do you guys know what the word mono means? One. Think about Monopoly. When you play Monopoly, one person ends up winning, right? Yep, you learned that in ELA. Good. So listen, y'all, a monomial means there is one term. Mono means one. So a monomial is just a polynomial with how many terms? One term. So remember from unit 1 what that means. It can be a number, a variable, or a number with a variable, right? Are y'all okay if I put number V? So Jordan, give me an example of a number with a variable, babe. Give me a number and a letter. You said A? We thought you said 8. That's why. Okay. He said A. So 7A is a monomial because that is one term and it's not an equation because there's no equal sign. So it's an expression. Does that make sense? All right. People at home, y'all know if you got a question, just unmute and ask me. So the next type we can have a binomial. What does bi mean? Oh, come on, y'all. 2. Bicycle has 2 wheels. Bisexual means you like 2 different types of people. I mean, every time I say bicycle has 2 wheels, kids stare at me like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. So I know y'all know what the second one means. Binomial has 2 terms. So for an example for this one, somebody tell me something they think could be a binomial. Give me an expression with 2 terms. Don't do that. You know what an expression is. Oh, okay. She said 2A plus, are you okay if I change the number there? 2A plus 4X. You can't combine those, right? So does everybody agree this is an expression with 2 terms? That is called a binomial. Easy or hard, what do we think? It ain't bad. If you see 2, it's bi. You see 1, it's mono. What do y'all think happens if we see 3? Think about a triceratops have the 3 horns, right? Or a tricycle has 3 wheels. Good. So a trinomial has 3 terms. They don't have to just be numbers. So I'm going to give y'all an example this time. You okay, Jordan? So does everybody agree there's 3 different things being added and subtracted here? I know there's X's and Y's, but look at how they're pushed together to make one term. So this is 1, 2, 3 terms. A red. I got an orange. I got a brown. I was about to use the brown. I got a black. All right, the last kind of polynomial. Some of y'all about to be like, what is a polynomial? What do you think a polynomial means? How many terms? Oh, I like that. Not any of them. If it's 1, it is a monomial. It's not a polynomial. If it's 2, it's bi. If it's 3, it's tri. More than 3. Very good. So y'all, the word poly means many. Yes, good. So you did learn that. Okay, good. So think about it this way. This is what I always tell people because they're always talking about, so when you gonna have kids? When you gonna have kids? I'm not ready. I got enough of y'all I gotta be tracking down. If I have 1 kid, they'll fit in my car. If I have 2 kids, they'll fit in my car with me and my husband. If I have 3 kids, they'll fit with me and my husband in our car. If I have more than 3, they ain't fitting. I gotta go get a bigger car. So more than 3 means many. So we're gonna put more than 3 terms. If you see more than 3, please don't tell me if you see 4, it's a quaternomial. That is not a thing. Don't try to tell me it's a fifthnomial. That's not a thing. As soon as you get past 3, we just call them polys because there's many. There's too many to count. I don't want to count them. They are Latin prefixes. Look at you getting that extra credit for relating it to English. I like that. 2 points extra credit. Don't boo her because she's getting extra credit. All right, 2 more definitions, and then we'll do some examples and make sure y'all know how to add and subtract. And I'm not trying to be funny, I'm being serious. Some of y'all be adding and subtracting wrong. Let's just make sure we understand. Jordan, stop. You distracting me. Standard form is when you write a polynomial, it can be any of them, in order from biggest exponent. What'd you say earlier, Kamari? Biggest to smallest. Greatest to least. Good. Biggest to smallest. That's our definition for standard form, and we'll do an example in a second. Can you toss me my black dot? You dot. Oh, thank you. And then who remembers from those questions on the whiteboard, I asked y'all what the degree is? Good, good. The degree tells you the largest term. So the degree tells us the largest term. I am going to write that. Tells us, no. It tells you the largest term because you look at the exponent to find the biggest term. You don't look at the coefficients. You look at how many x's there are. So in this example, even though 15 was bigger than 3, x squared is bigger than x. So this is automatically bigger. So it tells us the largest term by finding the biggest exponent. Jordan, we almost done actually writing, and then we just got examples. It ain't that bad. This is not that bad. We've taken way more notes than this before. That's the part you need to know. Degree is the biggest exponent. It does say term. Stop playing my handwriting. T-E-R-M. I know there are teachers in this building with worse handwriting than me. But yeah, y'all still try to come for my life. There's no the there. Yeah, I kind of like mix cursive and print. Me neither. I don't quite understand why y'all are learning that at this point, but that's okay. Not my business. People at home, do y'all have any questions for me, or y'all waiting to see examples to ask questions?
Waiting.
Examples.
All right, okay. Well, when y'all are good, let me know. We'll do some examples. I got 3. And then we'll make sure we're good with adding and subtracting, and we will be done. You're okay. That boy over there shaking his hand. All right, I'm gonna shift this up. So for these examples, for example 1, oh yeah, these don't take long. Example 1, you're gonna classify the polynomial, which means name it, okay? You don't have to write the directions, Jordan, if you don't want. Okay, so we're gonna classify the polynomial, which means name it, by number of terms and degree. Then we're gonna put it in standard form. Everybody okay with that? All right. So I'm going to do a A and a B, and I'm going to have y'all try C. We'll start off with A and B. I'll do those with y'all. You write so fast. Like you write faster than some of my juniors in pre-Cal. Yesterday they said, that boy seems so nice. I was like, he is. Talking about you when you came in here. Wasn't that yesterday? All right, so let's look at A. People at home, have y'all had a chance to write it, or do you need another second?
I'm good.
Okay. Jordan, you ready, babe? Okay, so let's look at A. Classify the polynomial by the number of terms and the degree. So let's look at this. How many terms do y'all see here?
3.
Good, 3. There's one right here, Jordan. Make sure you're watching, baby. Don't be copying right now. Watch. There's one here, and one here. So very good. They're separated by your minus and plus signs. So look at how many things you're adding or subtracting. If there's 3, what kind of polynomial is this?
Trinomial.
Very good. This is a trinomial. You can put tri. I'm fine with that. Put TRI. Now on Delta Math, you probably got to spell it out, okay? They might, they'd be counting stuff wrong if it's not exact. Trinomial. And then they asked us for the degree. So y'all look, for the degree, I'm fine if you put capital D equals. So who remembers what our degree is? The biggest exponent. So what's the biggest exponent you see in A? 3. Boom. Well, hang on. This is half the homework. Then what's it say at the end? Put it in what? Standard form. So what is standard form again? Y'all remind me. Greatest to least term. So you look at your exponent. So what was my biggest exponent again? The A cubed, right? So this needs to go in the front because it's got to be biggest to smallest. So look, I'm going to write this first. 3A cubed. And I'm going to cross it out because I'm done with it. You did do this last year? Good. Got you. What comes next? What's the next biggest? The A squared. Good. And look at the 7. Is the 7 positive or negative? Positive. Jordan, you okay, bud? I want you answering questions. Make sure you're good. And so that means the last thing, the smallest, is the minus 2A. So this is how you would put it in standard form. Are y'all okay with A? You got to simplify. That's what we're about to do next. All right, for B, how many terms do you see? What's it called if it's one term? Monomial. Good. So some of y'all may be like, but wait, there's a 20 and an X, but do you see how they're pushed together and there's no signs? That is one term. That's one thing. So that is called a monomial. Jordan, if you want to put mono, that's fine. All right, Jordan, what's my biggest exponent, babe? Very good. That's the only exponent, right? The degree is 5. And then do we have to rewrite it?
No.
It's the only term, so it's already in standard form. So you can leave it just like that. Are y'all ready to try one? All right, let's do it. I need to move this just because I didn't give y'all enough room. Zakiria, pick a number and a letter. Quickly. Okay, Kamari, number and a letter. I'm gonna put an exponent with it, okay? Jordan, number and a letter. Y'all all using different letters, dang. That's fine. And then I'm gonna make, this goes at the end. I'm sorry, y'all, I just ran out of room. All right, y'all write down that one and y'all try that one for me. So 4a plus 5c squared minus 6b minus 18a squared. Write it, tell me how many terms, tell me what the degree is, and then put it in standard form. You were right. So which one will go first? No, not necessarily. What comes first in the alphabet?
What? I didn't know that. I don't make order.
It does make sense.
So I didn't know that below with the variable plays a part.
The variable, if the exponents are the same, the variable helps you figure out which one comes first.
So we got the same exponent. It is
X and Y, which one would come first? What if it's F and,
why does the letter
because it comes first in the alphabet. So that would be the first term you would see. Crazy, huh? Math does relate to English. All right, I think most of us are okay with the first two parts, the terms and the degree. So people at home, because I already know what they put, they were telling me, how many terms do y'all see? How many things am I adding?
4.
4. So what do we call it if it's 4, Ashley?
Polynomial.
Very good. And remember, if it's more than 3, that is a polynomial. I'm just going to abbreviate like Jordan, poly. Now, what's the biggest exponent y'all see?
2.
So the degree is 2. I think this is the part that's tripping us up, putting it in standard form. You put the biggest exponent in the front, but here's the problem. 5c squared and 18a squared. The sign does not matter for which one goes first. If the exponents are the same, you put it in alphabetical order. So which one would come first, the a's or the c's?
A.
Very good. That's why we did this example. So this would be negative 18a squared. I'm done with that one. Then you would put the 5c squared. So plus 5c squared. And so what's my next exponent we see?
4a.
Okay, this has a 1. Remember, we're looking at the exponents. And this has a 1. So which one comes first, A or B? Good.
A.
That's what y'all were saying. So plus 4a. And then we have a minus 6b. This would be standard form. So this is the first half of your homework on Delta Math. You're going to classify, find the degree, or put it in standard form. Does that make sense? Everybody's okay? All right. Okay. No questions? Y'all feel good about that part?
Yeah.
Good. Everybody should be getting at least a 50 on their homework, which y'all know you need a 60. It's easy homework. It shouldn't take you long. Huh?
Is it all equation?
It's in Delta Math. So the first 5 look just like this, Kamari. And then, but it doesn't ask you for all those things, I don't think. I think some of them just ask for the name and the degree, and then others just ask you to put it in standard form. So that part won't take you long. This part shouldn't take you long either. Talking about adding and subtracting polynomials. You guys already know how to do this because y'all already told me how to do it in the warm-up. So I'm expecting this to go pretty good. Yes, you need another sheet, babe. You need a folder to take that stuff home in. Let me know. I can give you a folder. Adding and subtracting polynomials. Remember, polynomials are just expressions. So to simplify expressions, I want you guys to tell me what we do. There's really only two steps. We actually did this kind of when we solved equations. So what do we do to simplify an expression? So do y'all want me to give you an example? Okay, you do have to do that, you're right. But there's sometimes something you have to do first. So let me give y'all an example from when we did equations. This is not exactly what we're gonna do. Ah, she just said it. What's the very first thing you would have to do here to solve this equation? You distribute anything first, just like with solving equations, and then what did you say? Then you try to combine your like terms. It's the same thing for simplifying expressions. So the first thing we're gonna do is distribute first when needed. You don't always have to distribute. Remember the one in the warm-up, we didn't have to distribute. But if you need to, you're gonna distribute first. So then your second step, she kept saying, and Ashley said it this morning too, was to combine like terms. And I lied, there's one more step. Kamari, this is your rule. What order should these be in? Greatest to least, which is called what, people? What's it called if it's greatest to least? Oh, you better flip back and look. Jordan, extra credit. What's it called? Greatest to least? Standard form. Good job. After you combine, you need to always make sure it's in standard form because Delta Math only takes it in standard form, which is smart because your exam only takes it in standard form too. So y'all gotta make sure it's in standard form, okay? How many examples do we think we need? Like 3? I think we might need 3. I think 3 will be good. They should not take long though, because y'all learned this in middle school. Sorry, that's supposed to say and. Security, no comments. Jordan, get to writing, boo. They're messing with them cookies. You missed it early. Kamari, I asked him what kind of cookies he made in foods. He said regular ones. But then they're not just sugar. They got chocolate chips and brown sugar on them.
That's not regular.
Exactly.
You made a culinary.
Be nice. You are a bully.
I said inside.
A bully.
Why you say it like that?
He's a bully.
You sound like my cousin.
All right, find the sum of these two polynomials. This will be our first example for the second page. I bet your back is hurting.
Should I stand up all your life?
She
Yeah,
likes.
you do live longer when you're old.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what? You
Jordan, write this down, boo. We waiting on y'all. This is, Jakiri, this is why we never have homework time. These boys.
Huh? It's a scientific.
Good morning, you can't talk to him. He can't write and talk at the same time.
That's not him.
All right. What does it mean to find the sum? Add. How do you add polynomials? Distribute first if you need to. Is there anything to distribute? No. So combine like terms. So everybody watch how I'm going to do this. There's two ways. You can look at it and find the like terms and add them and write it down. That's how I do it. There is a second way, though, that I am going to show you in case you want to use it. So just watch. You don't have to do it this way unless you want to. So I wouldn't write it unless you like it. You can line up your like terms. I think they might have showed you this in middle school. So you can add them that way. You can line up the like terms. I don't normally do that. Do you like that, Jordan? Then don't do it. I said don't write this unless you want to. I don't normally do that because I can like color code these and add them in my head. But if you do not like doing that, if you want to line them up, you can do it this way. We'll get the same thing, okay? So I want y'all to watch how I'm going to do it. What is the like term in the other polynomial that I can put with 5x squared? Negative 8x squared. Remember, they are like terms if they have the same variable and the same exponent. Yeah, so if you don't have colors, a good idea is you can underline these, then you can circle the next ones, and then you can box the next ones. You can squiggly. That's what I do too. All right, what's 5 plus negative 8? Negative 3, what?
X.
X squared. Good. You do not touch the exponents. If I have 5 cats and I take away 8 cats, somehow there's negative 3 cats. That wasn't a good example, but the exponents do not change. Okay? You don't have 5 Skittles and 8 Skittles and then end up with negative 3 M&Ms. The candy is not changing. Don't touch my exponents. Yes, negative 2x and 3x. That's what would happen if you change the exponent. What is negative 2 plus 3? Be careful. Positive 1x. You said negative. Negative 2x plus 3x. They both have the same letter, and they both have an understood exponent of 1. Good. So you can add those. That would be 1. All right, and I feel like we're okay with this. So I'm going to keep going. What's 7? Take away 1 because these don't have any letters. Hang on. Let me review with them. What's it called when they don't have any letters? It's just a plain number. Look up there. You got it right there. A constant. Good. So 7 take away 1 is? Good. So this is your answer right here. Do y'all see how I did it in order already so that it would be in standard form? That one was supposed to be hardish. Yeah, that's like the ones on your homework. Oh, good. I told you the homework shouldn't take you more than like 10, 15 minutes this weekend. We ready to do another one, people at home?
Yes.
All right. She's like, please, Miss Bull. Good grief. Example 3. I want you to subtract. I'm having a brain fart. All right, this is the one that my kids always mess up on, so I need y'all to pay attention. If I'm subtracting this one from this one, which one came first? Listen to me carefully.
I don't.
If I go take cookies from Jordan, whose cookies am I taking? Jordan's. If you take this from this, whose is it? This guy. So this is the first one. This is where y'all always mess up. So I need us to make sure we understand this. We are taking 3x cubed minus 9x plus 12, and then we are subtracting the second one, this one. We're taking this from this. So you're going to start with this one. And negative 7x plus 17 is getting subtracted from it. So this part comes second. Did I lose anybody there, or y'all are okay with that? I know. Kids always mess up on that because y'all don't think about it like I just said. If I take those cookies from Jordan, I really might do it. I'm tempted now. Jordan has them. I'm taking them. So I come second. This comes second. Now, this is why we wrote that very first rule up here. What do you got to do right here when you have this negative in this parentheses? You do got to distribute. Do y'all remember that from the first week of school?
Yes.
Okay, so I have to distribute this negative. So now what does this become? Good. Plus 7x and minus 17, right? There is one of these on your delta math, so make sure you're paying attention. And then I'm going to bring down everything that was in front. Any questions from people at home, or y'all are okay with this distributing step? Okay?
I'm good.
Okay. So now combine like terms, but do it in standard form. So watch, if you do it as you go, you don't have to change anything at the end. What is the biggest exponent y'all see? 3 right here, right? Are there any other x cubes I can put with that 3x cube? So what do we do with it? Bring it down. Very good.
Oh, we said bring it down.
Bring it down. My boy thought I said break it down. He said 3 cubed, 27. That was cute. All right. What would come next? I'm done with this one. What would come next? Good. She said negative 9x, and what can we put with it? Uh-oh. People at home. 7x? I know. Shania usually talking to me. Negative 9 plus 7. What does that give us? Negative 2x. And then what are the last things we have to combine? What are these called? Constants. Good. Just the numbers. So y'all, what's 12 plus negative 17? Very good. So y'all are okay with that? Can I give you a challenge problem to try? There's 2 challenge problems on your homework that you do have to do, so you're probably going to want one. Let me give y'all a challenge problem. But I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let y'all do it. I shouldn't say it like that. That makes it sound like my voice is annoying, and it's not. The people who watch the videos at home, they think my voice is annoying because they hear me talking to myself. All right, let's do... Don't do that. You know how to do this. Talking about some dang. It's a lot of work. Wow. Here you go. Oh, that's a big number. Let's just do 5. That's a 5. There you go. Try this problem. There's 2 like this on your homework. Plus 5 on the end. Yep. Okay. He said, let me write it first. Ooh. Yeah, go ahead and try it. My cheese is warm.
Since 3 is going to 8, what are next?
What, Jordan?
Since 3 going to 8.
Are you looking at this one still?
No. So,
Negative. Did you distribute?
yeah. So would it be negative 3?
This is, what's negative 3 times 2?
Negative 6.
Negative 6.
But you're telling negative 8.
X.
So it multiply like to the exponent.
Y'all, because I shouldn't have to tell you. Y'all know how to distribute. We're not doing exponents. We ain't doing exponents. We're not doing exponents. There's no other exponents. It's just multiplying the numbers. Talking about something you didn't tell us. Didn't I say, hey, I'm about to get Shania on y'all. Shania. I need my partner in crime. Ashley can answer me too. Ashley, didn't I say we aren't touching the exponents?
Yeah.
Yep, just the numbers. These boys messing with the exponents already. She ain't sucking up to me. She heard me say it. Right, Jakiria? You done distributing? Good.
Let's pull this easy.
Good. That's what Kamari said too. It wasn't supposed to be hard. Tuesday, so Monday, since it's a virtual day, y'all are just doing another practice assignment on this stuff. Shouldn't take you long. And if it was me, I would work on my vocab card since this is easy. And then Tuesday, we'll do not adding and subtracting, but the next thing we'll do multiplying. So I'll show you how you would multiply two things like this. It's actually very easy. Once you know how to do it. It's weird at first because it's new. And then Wednesday, Thursday, we're doing area and perimeter. And then we moving on. All right. I think we should be about done. Almost. Can I go ahead and start distributing and y'all just check my distributing?
Yes.
Okay, so people at home, they're finishing up. So can y'all talk to me? What would you get in this first one when you distribute the 2?
2x squared.
Good. Plus, what's 2 times 4?
8x.
Good. And then 2 times negative 5 is?
Negative 10.
There we go. Did y'all get that at home? You got that? Good. All right, then the second one, Jordan, did you get that first part right? Oh, no. Then the second one, distribute negative 3 to everything. Negative 3 times 2, what do we get?
6x.
Good, and there was an x, good. Negative 3 times, what's understood right here in front of this x squared? Hang on, baby. What's negative 3 times negative 1? Positive 3x squared, right? And then what's negative 3 times 5? Negative 15. All right, what were you going to say?
What do we do if they got the same exponent and the same?
Then you can put them together.
But it's what you decide.
That doesn't matter. So now that's a great question. Once we've distributed, guys, and we get down here, we combine all like terms, right? So start with your biggest exponent so we can put it in standard form. Are there any other x squareds I can put with that?
3x squared.
Good. So Jordan, what's 2 plus 3? Good. Did you get 5x squared? Okay. No. That's where y'all mess up. Everybody listen. They said, but I thought we were subtracting. Negative 3, you already distributed. So you already did put the negative with all these. That's where y'all mess up in middle school because they teach y'all adding and subtracting are different. They're not. Listen to me. Look at me. Let me see your eyes. Subtracting is the same as adding a negative. So since I already distributed this negative to everything, I'm just adding these up. Combine like terms. So did y'all get 5x squared? You should have. Now, if I do 8x, what can I put the 8x with?
Negative 6x.
Good. So what's 8x and negative 6x when I put those together?
Positive 2x.
It's positive. Good. And what's the only thing we have left to put together? Good. So Jakira, you see how I use the same color? You can just do different symbols for them all if you don't have different colors. Negative 10, negative 10, and negative 15. If I put those together, what do I get? Negative 25. So this should be your answer. So listen to me. Listen, Jordan, listen. It does not matter if you are adding or subtracting. The steps are the same. You're going to distribute first. If you were subtracting, look at me, because this is what y'all keep saying. If you were subtracting and you distribute that negative to everything, you already took care of the subtracting. You made it negative.